Okay, yeah, for sure. And again, this is definitely rotating, right? If you're at home watching this right now, again, this is a tornado warning. This is going to be for southwestern Ellis County, southwest of Arnett. It's slow rotation. You're thinking, really looks like it's pretty fast. Well, on a scale of 1 to 10, it's a 5. It's moving from left to right, but it tightened up, and now it's kind of just holding its own right now. But as these things develop, as they get stronger, there's a lot going on in the atmosphere. The jet stream winds up top are very strong. The low-level winds are very strong. We're extremely unstable out here. The highest instability values or numbers, the most unstable we've been so far this spring or this year. And there's a lot of fuel for this one storm to really tap into. There's nothing south of it. But this whole thing is spinning, and it might do this for another 10, 20, 30 minutes, whatever, before it eventually produces or doesn't produce a tornado. See this little piece of condensate right here? Little cloud developing, one there, one there. Watch that. That's going to be pulled into it, and that's going to get attached. And notice how that picks up speed, right? The pressure above this, the barometric pressure, is getting lower and lower as this is strengthening and tightening. And this might be weakening some. And then what's going on back here?
I was looking at that. Is that on the windshield? I couldn't tell.
No. Let's go back to Val. Bring Val back in here. And Val, can you hear me? Val Castor? What's that right there?
I can hear you.
Val, what's on the ground? What's the dust on the ground? Back to your left. What's that?
To the left.
What's the dust?
Okay, zoom up on that. We do have some dust on the ground,
What's
David.
the dust? That's a tornado.
Let us zoom up on the dust.
Tornado.
Zoom up on the dust.
Tornado on the ground. There it is. There's a cone, Val. The cone's above it. There's the tornado.
Yes, you're right, David. It's rotating. Tornado on the ground right there.
There it is.
That's it. It's hard to see, but there is a little cone, an angled cone right above it.
Yep.
Tornado on the ground right there. It's not super strong, but it's there.
Yep. It's not a very strong tornado, like you said, but check that out. So the place to the east was spinning. That was weakening, and then this took over. So, and again, this is live only on News 9. Tornado on the ground now into Ellis County in northwestern Oklahoma. This is going towards Arnett. You can see the cone right here.
This is
little tiny needle funnel. What's that?
14 miles southwest of Arnett. So just coming into Oklahoma from Texas, right on the border, just west of Val.
That rotation.
Here we go. Now we're digging a little bit. So 14 miles southwest of Arnett. And a little bit of debris in the air, Once again, this is live only on News 9. Tornado on the ground now, southwest of Arnett. And this is headed towards Arnett, the way it is right now. Now, it's not a very big tornado. It's certainly not a violent tornado. At this point, it's not a strong tornado, but it's a tornado. And I wouldn't want it to hit my house or hit my mobile home or hit my trailer or whatever, okay? So if you live 14 miles southwest of Arnett, all the way to Arnett, lowest level, center part of the house, and you got to go there now. The cone is right here. See that little tiny cone? It's small, not very big. Right there. There's your cone, and then from there it goes all the way down. All right, Val, go ahead. Give us an update. What do you think? It looks like it's trying to increase just a bit. Cone's getting a little bit stronger up top.
Yeah, it is, David. And so what happened a while ago is the wall cloud or the rotation that we had to the right or to the north of it, it rapidly started to weaken. You could see that. And then we started seeing scud. Hey, the funnel's getting a little bit bigger now. It's extending closer to the ground. I don't see debris on the ground, but there's a little bit of debris. So lots of motion going on. That funnel is becoming a little bit more laminar and closer to the ground up above. So that other rotation weakened, and then all of a sudden, David, we started seeing scud over to the left where the dust appeared, and you said, hey, look at that dust, and that's where it was. And there was a funnel above it. It was hard to see at first in the clouds because there was no contrast, but now it's becoming a lot easier to see, and it's actually becoming a little bit longer. So I don't really see as big of a debris cloud on the ground as I did just a while ago, but it is still there. That funnel is definitely still there, and that's probably the new area that quickly formed. It's amazing how fast that formed. Now it's kind of trying to turn into more of a needle shape. Zoom up a little bit on that, just a little bit. It's more of a long, narrow, needle-shaped funnel. See that?
Yep, here comes the next one. Yep, that's going to be a little bit stronger. Yep. That's going to be a little bit stronger, Val. That's a little bit stronger tornado.
And also, and we can't take our eyes off what's going on to the right either.
Yep, back over here
It's
behind
starting
me.
to look more like a Oh, there's debris on the ground.
Here we
Debris on
go.
the ground.
Yep. Hey,
There you go.
Yep. Hey, control room. Let's just for a second. Let's lose the. There we go. Okay, there you go. Full screen. There you go. Tornado on the ground. Once again, a new tornado. This will be tornado number 2. Once again, only on News 9. This is about 14 miles southwest of Arnett, up in Ellis County. Tornado on the ground right now. You can see it there, and notice how it's moving from right to left. There's winds coming in that are actually pushing this tornado and this vortex back to from the right to the left, or from north to south. Here comes the condensate. Here comes the condensate now all the way to the ground. Once again, this is live, only on News 9. And by the way, this is the wind at Val's chase truck right now. Winds at 23, gusting to 32. It's windy, but it's certainly not out of control. There's your tornado. And there you go. And Val's right there looking right at it. All right, that's what we call a elephant trunk tornado on the ground right now in Ellis County. And
If you
this
can hear
might
me,
be.
David.
Go ahead, Val. Yep, and then we'll get
Okay,
back to the storm truck.
There's 2 areas of rotation. One is to the right, the one that we were focused on a little bit earlier. The rotation with that one is increasing a little bit. It's a little bit more of a bigger, you could say, meteor, a lowered area. There's nothing on the ground with it to the right, but we're watching it close, and the second that it touches down, we'll zoom over on it. But right now, that thing is still on the ground. I don't see as much debris right now, but that's just a sign this storm's getting stronger. And the rotation, okay, turn it over to the right. Okay, look at this, David. This is to the right a mile or so, and the rotation is strengthening with this one. The rotation is stronger, I'm going to say, with this area of rotation. You can see it. It's kind of angled a little bit, but it's getting stronger. I think that's going to end up being a bigger tornado than the other one. Matter of fact, it's trying to cone right in the middle.
Produce another tornado.
Right in the middle.
No, Val, zoom in. Zoom in on the ground, Val. No. To the right, to the big cone now. Zoom in on the ground on the big cone. Zoom in on the ground on the big cone. Right here. Right here.
Oh, it's at least halfway down.
Yeah, half down rule counts, but if it's over halfway down, it'll count. But I know. Okay, this is being pulled in on the other side, rotating. I don't see it on the ground, but man, it's really trying. Pretty impressive. This is just
The cone's getting more defined now.
just really, really spinning there. Okay, Val, looks impressive. There's your cone in the middle. Yeah, right? And then we have the tags itself. The whole cone is really all in here. Yeah, it's gonna touch down. There. I think
While you're showing that, David, just to give you updated time, 549 Arnett. This will be coming into town if it keeps on its same path and direction. 549 Harmon, a little more time, 611 before the storm comes in.
Okay, yep. Okay, so Val, back out of your shot here. Again, this is only on News 9. 2 tornadoes on the ground. And Val, I think this thing's on the ground intermittently. It's over halfway. It's got to have some condensate reaching. It has to have some condensate.
Absolutely has to be.
Yeah.
Absolutely has to be, because it's more than halfway to the ground.
Yeah, that's on the ground too. Okay, so what's the other tornado look like, Val? What's the other tornado look like to you?
So I had a debris cloud. When this thing just touched down, the one on the right, we still had a debris cloud. So we did have 2 tornadoes on the ground at the same time, but the one to the left has weakened. The one to the left has lifted and weakened. I do not see the funnel with it anymore.
Yep.
The one on the right is getting stronger, though.
It is. Okay, here's the deal. Make sure your roads are good, and you're going to have to start moving. Here's the tornado. Control room, keep that shot up. Let's go back to Links 1. Stronger tornado now. We had 2 tornadoes on the ground, only on News 9 live. This is where the rotation is, right? Val's right here, and basically he's looking right at it. And there's the tornado now on the ground again. This is Arnett, okay?
I'm going to zoom out real quick, David, just to show people where we are.
Yeah, we're in northwest Oklahoma. There's nothing headed for Oklahoma City. I know a lot of folks are coming out of the Thunder game. Big win. Yes, congratulations. It's awesome. But this is in northwest Oklahoma right now. So there's the tornado. There's the tornado right there. That is on the ground. And it'll strengthen from time to time. We'll see a debris flare up on the ground. And that's the strongest tornado of the day. We've already had the one tornado, actually 2 others, or 3 others before this one.
And you can see it's pinpointing both circulations now on maximum rotation.
Yeah.
Now it's right there under, and he can see both of them.
Yeah. And, okay, so Arnett, Arnett, if you live in Arnett, lowest level, center part of the house, and if you live west and southwest of Arnett, you got to go to your safe spot. This is what we're talking about. You can see it. It's right here. That's on the ground. Now, that would not be considered to be a really, really strong or a violent tornado, okay? It's on the lower end, but that's still a tornado that can injure you and possibly kill you, okay? You don't have to have a strong and violent tornado to lose your life. So lowest level, center part of the house, there's the tornado on the ground right there. Once again, going to Arnett.
I kind of put the sheer swath on there, David, so you can kind of follow the path of where this is headed, making a beeline to the northeast. It's still moving at about 30 miles per hour from what I can tell.
Yeah, it's definitely moving. Ooh, man, look, it's really starting to, I see the waving going on.
Oh, yeah.
See it waving on the side?
It's not weakening at all.
See it waving? Okay, you got a storm track on.
Let me do links 2 really quick.
Okay.
It's there. The time of arrival is still going to be correct. You can go to links 2.
Okay, links 2, control room, and Arnett, 549.
Take off some of these warnings.
And Harmon at 611. So, yeah, a little bit of time, right? Got a little time. Got a little time here. 549, that's downtown Arnett. And it's going to be close to downtown. This is it. And the storm up north is a hail producer. It's going on up into Kansas. And this is the only game in town right now. And that's good. We can handle one, right? It's all good. Okay, let's go back to Val. Let's take his shot. Let's bring his shot back in. Val, you are hot again, you and Amy. And it looks like it's intermittently up and down. And what do you think? What's that cone look like to you now? There you go. Now you adjust it. Okay. Yeah, nice shot. Looks like it might try to be reforming again to the right, Val. Looks like another cycle coming.
Yeah. I think that's what's going to happen, David. That cone has weakened. It doesn't go all the way to the ground like it did before. It's not as sharp of a point. So I think that part is weakening, but I do see movement just to the right there. It's going to try to reform, I believe, right there. Now, the one thing that I do notice here that I want to make note of, we thoroughly expected this storm to turn right about the time it started rotating hard. It really hasn't turned right that much. It still appears to be it's moving northeast or even north-northeast from what we can see. But anyway, I mean, from our point of view, that's pretty significant. Back to you.
Yeah, for sure. And luckily so far, it's it's not been as strong to a violent tornado because here's the deal. The atmosphere today in western and northwestern Oklahoma and really farther east too is conducive to get strong tornadoes today. All right, so if we can walk away with something like this, that would be a better day for sure. But there is still a lot of time left between now and into this evening. All right, so Lacey, it has lifted. But it was right here, and it's completely gone now. And the other circulation is back here. So the tornado that we had live,
both have lifted.
Only on News 9, yeah. They both have lifted.
And I've pinpointed, too, on radar, David, exactly where this rotation is, even though it's lifted. So the red dot is the center of the circulation. That is Lake Lloyd Vinson Lake. They're just south of that. You see the lake. I can zoom in here just to kind of show you where that is. So that's where Val is, too.
Went right over the lake.
It went right over the lake, and there are definitely homes throughout here in Ellis County. And if I lapse this, I mean, this has been strengthening and heading up towards Arnett. It kind of wiggles and wobbles a little bit, but still making that beeline to the northeast.
Yeah, it is. Maybe it might go. Well, it's going to be close. If I'm in Arnett, I'm not messing around with this thing. But there's a chance that it does make a right turn. What's reflectivity look like now? Are you still AMA or?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. I know.
Yeah, I can switch here. This is 10,000 feet, just so you know.
Yeah.
And this is also 10,000 feet. So.
Okay. All right. So here's your inflow notch. Right where everything should be. This is where we've had at least 3 tornadoes. And when we get the video ready, Kylie, will you holler? Yep. Okay, so lifting northeast. Again, Arnett, lowest level, center part of the house. This is the strong area of circulation where Val has had the tornado, at least 3 tornadoes, 2 on the ground at the same time. And we're going to re-rec that video, and we'll show it to you here shortly. The
circulation is just south of East 1640 and on North 1740, David, are those county roads.
Yep, 1640 and then 1750, 1740. And it's just going to, go ahead and lapse that. Let's see if it's going to go right over.
I'll zoom out a little bit.
Just right over
So this is out of Vance.
So, yeah. It's going to be close, but yeah, we're splitting hairs here. I mean, Arnett, if you live in Arnett, safe spot, lowest level. There's going to be some quarter, maybe some golf ball size hail in here. And once again, the hook is right where Val is, and the hail size is in there. We've had some golf balls, but it's certainly not been tennis ball or baseball size hail. And it is a pretty good sized storm, but right now it looks like it has lifted. Okay. All right, so tornado warning continues for you folks in Arnett for now. Once again, the tornado has lifted. We have another storm going up that went right over Laverne with some hail in Laverne, it looked like. And now that's coming into Ralston. And this is a supercell, but it's that left split. And these mainly just produce wind and hail, okay? But it's going to beeline another 20 minutes, 30 minutes. This thing's going to be in Kansas. And we're going to forget about it when it gets in Kansas, right? And there is a little mezzo in that. So, but it's a left split storm. So anyway, I see Val shot right here. More things.
That is a new lowering.
Did it come out of that stuff we were talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah, cycling again. Okay, so Oklahoma City, clean and green. If you're doing whatever, knock yourself out. Right now, lots of data saying that the data keeps the storms down here in southern Oklahoma, correct?
Last I saw, yes, and those storms are kind of building more to the north. Right. So just showing you the storms down in Texas.
Yeah, doesn't it keep them farther south, though?
Let me see.
Confirmed tornado down there.
Yeah. Yeah, so the latest high-res data keeps these south of the Red River, for what that's worth.
Yeah, we need to keep an eye on that. Okay, so once again, tornado warning now for Ellis County, for you folks in Arnett. It's coming your way. We have a new area of spin. Let's go back to Valcaster. That is Arnett. The tornado is going to be developing again right to the southwest of Arnett, about 7 miles, Lace, southwest of Arnett, it looks like. Maybe 7 miles,
yep.
8 miles, give or take.
Go ahead. Find the exact circulation, David.
Okay, all right, let's bring Val back in. And Val, what direction? Are you looking off to the west there? Go ahead, Val.
Okay, so David, right now we're on a dirt road. We get this kind of a hilly area here, but we're looking straight west. This is almost straight west.
We'll get him back in here. Bad cell coverage.
And
but,
that is 7 miles southwest of Arnett.
7 miles.
Yep.
Okay, so there's his wind right now. That's his live wind, 17 miles per hour, gust at 35. That's going to be a southeast wind feeding this storm. And once again, his shot has locked up on us. Just the cell coverage out here is not good. And now we're back again. But this is going to be the next tornado. This will be tornado number 4, I think, of the day in just the last few minutes. And this thing is getting better organized. This is about 8 miles southwest now of Arnett.
Yeah, much better.
Okay. Is he back in again?
Val's back on.
Okay, let's go back to Val. Val, your video here is a little bit grainy. Okay, now it's cleaning up on us. All right, go ahead, Val. Give us an update.
All right, so this new wall cloud, I fully expect this to be the new wall cloud, and if there's going to be another tornado with it, this is where it's going to be. And it's going to be about 1 mile west of us. I'm going to stop the truck just for a second and let you look at that. It is rotating, and the rotation is getting stronger. It's going to be about 1 mile straight southwest of us, and we talked about it turning right. Well, it jumped to the right this time. It just jumped to the right. So I think it's the process of making its right turn right now. David, it's going to do it again.
Yep.
Maybe not in the next 5 seconds, but it's going to do it again.
Yep.
So we've got a pretty decent road network here southwest of Arnett, dirt roads.
Yep, you do. You do.
So we're gonna go east and north here, but it's rotating stronger all the time. There's scud forming. Look at that scud.
Yeah, that is ripping, and look how fast that's forming right before your eyes. Hey Val, I know the lighting is horrible. The upper part of your video is a little bit dark, and it's a little bit dark down low, just a little bit here. So,
okay,
if you could make it just a little bit lighter. I know it's hard because the lighting is changing so quickly. This is going to be the new tornado now. About 7 miles southwest of Arnett. Again, Arnett, if you live 7 miles southwest of Arnett to Arnett, lowest level, center part of the house, interior walls, interior bathroom or closet. It's already produced 3 tornadoes, and it's going to do it again. This is live only on News 9. And you can see this is the new, again, tornado forming right now. This is exactly what the others have done. And again, it's getting faster and faster. Okay, let's go back to Lynx 1. And here's Arnett. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 miles southwest. Actually, about 6 because Val's looking off to his west-southwest. So it's in behind him here. And that's going to go right up and over Arnett, or close. It might try to go a little bit. It might make a little bit of a turn. But if I'm in Arnett, I'm not going to gamble on that, okay? Not today, not tonight. But that's the area of spin right now. And boy, the motion in his video is fast. Is fast. Okay.
And just looking at some of the products, maximum rotation, shear
go
rate,
ahead.
they're ramping up a little bit for sure as we go through this. I've got the Storm Track on links too if you're just joining us. We've been showing these times. They haven't changed much, David.
No, 550, Arnett. Yep, thank you. Great Western Wind. Great Western Wind.
I was hoping you knew what that was.
Is that a hotel? Okay.
People up there know, surely.
Harmon.
Great restaurant.
It sounds like a hotel. But anyway, Harmon.
Oh, the wind farm. You're right.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, it was one of the original wind farms out there. You're right. It's a big one. Okay, it's been out there for a long time. I think it came in after the Weatherford one that went in first. Okay, man, look at the bowl in Val shot. Okay, wow, look at the bowl. Look at the bowl. Look at the tag. Look how fast that's forming, not sped up in that shot right there. That's real time. This thing is bottoming out at the low pressure. It's dropping like a rock. And Arnett, once again, Arnett. 550. This is the next developing tornado. This will be tornado number 4 of the day. And it's happening live right here only on News 9 as it makes its way to Arnett. And again, if you live in Arnett, back to where Val is, he's about 7 miles southwest of town, lowest level, center part of the house. Okay? What is up Max Rot show? I mean, I know it's going to be
right all the same.
Yeah, everything's good. Not good, but everything's lining up. Yep, max rotation.
We're hitting it still at about 10,000 feet. It's a little clear at advance, just so you know, but it is still approaching Arnett. From the southwest.
Okay, and
from there we'll see.
Wow, look how fast. Okay, let's go back to Val real quick. Let's bring Val in, full screen here, and Val, that Scud. I don't know what the velocity of that is right now, but I mean that Scud is running from down to up, and I mean in a big hurry. Look at that. Look how fast that is.
Yes, David, it is absolutely flying straight up. I mean, that is some really, really strong upward motion. And I'll just tell you this, too. The whole mezzo, this is bigger than the last one. It's bigger around. The rotation actually appears to be a little bit stronger. So I kind of think this one is going to produce a little bit bigger tornado and a little bit stronger tornado. And once again, it is about 1 mile straight west of us right now. And boy, I tell you what, that motion is just going up, crazy up. I'm going to adjust the camera. You're going to see a little bit of adjustment there. So, yeah, I mean, I don't see a needle funnel. I don't see any pointed down funnel really fast, but it could happen in the blink of an eye, David, because it happened really fast on the other one too. So anytime you see rotation like that and upward motion like that, that's some serious
it's gonna come around.
Power going on.
It's gonna, Val. That's going to be the left side. The right side of the tornado is going to be a bigger cone. And look at the right side. Look how that's just merry-go-round all the way on that right side, Val. Look how fast the motion is. Not just where the Scud is, but on the right side. Look how fast. Hey, Val, can you zoom in on that just a little bit? Look, okay, it's going to put down a bigger tornado.
Zoom in on it a little bit.
It's going to, yeah.
Yeah,
Look,
there's a funnel forming there. There's a funnel right in the middle.
There's your funnel. It's, again, it's like making fudge on a Sunday afternoon, and we are swirling it. Look at the fudge in the bucket. Oh, man. Look at there, little
dust
funnel.
Dust on the ground. We got dust on the ground.
Okay, go back to the ground. Let's see what it is on the ground.
Pull back.
Where it is.
There is dust on the ground.
Yeah, there it is. I see it. Yeah, right there. There's a little bit right there. Yep, tornado on the ground again. Okay, so it's there you
on
go.
The ground.
Tornado on the ground. This will be tornado number 4 or 5. Wow.
4.
4? Is it 4? Okay.
4. It's 4.
Okay. He's counting. It's not good when you start counting out of one storm. Man.
Yeah, there's no condensation yet. The condensation hasn't made it all the way to the ground. Oh, more dust. Pull back.
Yeah,
right
Val, look at the trees here.
Right there.
Look at the trees. Oh, there we go.
Oh, left.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. Tornado on the ground now. And getting getting stronger.
It's right there.
And yeah,
it is getting stronger.
Yeah, for sure. Circulation is getting stronger up top, and it's working its way down to the ground, right? Tornadoes start up top, and they work their way down. Look at the condense.
Just looking at the storm strength, David, it's now starting to maximize.
Yep.
Now everything's following suit. The storm is definitely growing, organizing, and strengthening on
Yep.
all products.
Yep. Look at the swirl. Hey, where's Marty?
We just had a report of 3-inch hail
Where's
3
that?
miles west of Arnett.
3-inch hail.
This is a monster storm now.
Yeah. Okay, so here's the deal. Remember, conditions are favorable to get strong tornadoes today, okay? I know this has just been in Oklahoma standards, we've had 4 tornadoes. I get it. They've been low wind. They've been fairly weak. They've been EF zeros and maybe an EF1. They've been on the low scale, but conditions are favorable, and they're getting stronger, getting more impressive as I'm talking to you with the dynamics in the atmosphere, okay? So there comes your big cone right here. There's your big valve. Pan up. There's the big cone. There's the big cone.
There's the cone coming down.
There it is.
It's on its way down, David.
Yeah, this will be the strongest tornado of the day. And look how fat the condensation is right here. Okay, look how fat the condensation is right here, and that cone is spinning. Once again, this is only on News 9, and you're seeing it live from Valcaster, Marty Logan, all of our trackers out today.
Now 4 miles to the southwest of Laverne, David.
Okay, what's that?
Is almost on the ground, David.
What'd you say?
4 miles to the southwest of Arnett. That's where you're looking.
You
Is
said,
it.
You said Laverne. Okay.
Did I say Laverne?
You did.
Arnett.
That's what I was like. Hang on a
Arnett.
second.
No,
Arnett.
Arnett.
I thought, okay. Yeah, look at the cone here.
Hey,
Yeah, it's on the ground.
it's on the ground.
Yeah. That's a big cone, okay? That's a stronger tornado. It's a stronger tornado. Look how smooth it is, how laminar it is, very smooth. Tells you we have higher velocity speeds. Look at the entire mesocyclone, classic Northwest Oklahoma storm, very little rain, a lot of hail, and a tornado. Not a whole lot of rain, at least not out of this thing yet. It's got rain in it, but not back here where the meso is. Val, turn your windshield wipers on just for a second. There's the tornado now, right here in front of Val. And there's the tornado. It's right here. There's your debris getting kicked up. Tornado on the ground now. 4 miles southwest of Arnett. You folks in Arnett, seriously, listen up. If you live in Arnett or southwest of Arnett, lowest level, center part of the house, tornado on the ground, and that is a fairly large cone. You're thinking, I don't see any condensate. Where is it? It's there. Look at the vortice here. Look at the vortice spinning. It hasn't strengthened enough yet. The condensate has not strengthened to fill in the tube. The tube is on the ground. It's invisible. And then when it hits the ground, look at that shot. Look at that shot from Valcaster. That is a multiple, Val, it looks like a multiple vortex tornado now. I see subvortices. There's one. There's another one. There's another one. So Val, we have a multiple vortex tornado now, southwest of Arnett. There it is. Wow. Go ahead. Look, another vortice. There's another vortice. Check that out. Look at that. Wow. Go ahead, Val. Take it.
Yeah, this thing, David, this thing is definitely getting stronger. I mean, it's still in its infant stages right here. The rotation on this whole meso here is big around, and it's strong. I really think this tornado is going to get bigger and stronger.
Oh, yeah,
and
sure.
you nailed it. Multiple vortex, even at this size. The condensation's not fully on the ground, but it's definitely doing damage, David.
Yeah, no doubt about it. So if this hits you, you could be severely injured or lose your life. This is going to be an EF1. Maybe getting up into the EF2 here eventually. That's a strong EF1 right now tornado. Look at the cone once again, live only on News 9 from Val and Amy Castor. There's your tornado, and look at winds here. Look at gusts here from Val, 53 mile per hour inflow into the cone, and there it is. Still fat cone up top, condensate not all the way to the ground or the cloud part. The water vapor's not all the way, but you can clearly see that debris. Okay, so let's, just for a second, let's shove this west, and let's shove that to the left. Let's go back to radar here. Talk about Arnett. Okay, there's the tornado. What
2 miles, 2 miles now to the west-southwest of Arnett is where we have it.
Okay.
And the hail with it is just under, it's over baseball-size hail. Over baseball-size hail.
Okay. And look at the storm strength. There's your hail. There's your baseballs now.
Switch radars
west
here.
of Arnett. You said you had 3-inch?
3.5 inch was just the latest. I mean, it's getting bigger and bigger with that core that you see just west of Arnett, and that is coming into Arnett proper. The hail also.
Arnett, again, safe spot, lowest level. It might miss town, but it's not going to be by much, okay? Again, you don't want to gamble that it's going to miss your town. Arnett. Safe spot, lowest level. It's now coming in to the southwest part of town here. It's a little farther back here. Val's still right here.
Yeah.
The tornado is right here, right? And let's go back to Val. So you folks in Arnett, lowest level, center part of the house. If you live southwest or west of Arnett, 4 miles, lowest level, center part of the house. And Val, are you looking off to the north and northeast right there? Go ahead.
Yes. So, David, we have to get on the move here to stay up with it. So we're going to some dirt roads, and we are looking straight northeast. So, I hate to say this, but it is headed towards Arnett. I'm not exactly for sure if it's going to miss them one way or another, but if I'm in Arnett, man, I'm taking cover now because this thing will do damage. Back to you, David.
All right. Okay. Nice job. All right. So there you go. And there's the cone. It's been on the ground now for about 5 or 6 minutes. This is the 4th tornado and the stronger tornado of the day, the strongest. And here's the setup. This is going to be a cyclic supercell. It cycles. The circulation goes away, forms a new one. It cycles. It dies. And this has been the trend so far. They started out very weak, and each tornado is getting stronger. That's the progression, and that is a classic scenario setup. This thing has nothing south and east of it. It's wide open to bring in all the moisture and all the fuel it needs and the jet stream up top to keep this thing going to be a long track, strong tornado. Okay? This thing's going to go, and it could go for counties, for 10, 20, 30, 40 miles. We'll see some of the data having this thing, and I believe it, looking at everything I've seen so far, having this thing going all the way east. All right, let's come back to, and there's the tornado, and we'll keep that up. And here we go. And is that Brandon's shot of our storm? Is that our shot? Is that Brandon's shot of our storm?
He's heading west.
Look at that shot there. Real quick. Okay, this is amazing. There's the tornado. Let's bring in Brandon's shot. Let me show you the barber pole. I know for the younger kids, you know what I'm talking about. Let's just we'll go to Brandon's shot. Look at the updraft. Look, that's it. This is this storm. There's the updraft. There's the right side. That's a mesocyclone. This is putting on a textbook of the evolution of supercells in Oklahoma and how they live and how they thrive and how they form, and then eventually they're going to die. But this whole thing is a big column of air. It's just a piece of air rotating faster and faster as you get higher and higher, and it tightens, it strengthens, and worst case scenario, you get what we have right now, and that is a tornado on the ground. That is incredible. Look at the striations in that. And I know I say it all the time, but pancakes are stacked from the ground all the way up. Look at the crisp anvil. It's starting to knuckle back. That is an incredible shot there for Brandon. Let's go back to Val Castor. Let's go back to Val's shot live. And there's the tornado now. That's going to be an EF2 in strength. If that hits your house, that's going to do EF2 damage. His shot is slightly frozen. Val Castor, go ahead. Give us an update. Your shot is frozen, but it's still up. Go ahead. Arnett. Go ahead, Val. Only on News 9. Go ahead, Val.
Absolutely. Arnett, you got to take cover now, David. We have a north road. We're on the move. I know we're in a bad cell area, but we're turning north at the moment, and I'm going to try and drive right up by it if we can get to it before it crosses the road in front of us. Come on, man. Let's go.
All right.
All right. You still have me?
Yeah, we got you. Your shot's good.
Right.
Okay, so this is going to be southwest of Arnett. Just how far? 4 miles?
It's got to be just a couple of miles now, David. Just a couple of miles is where we have it. This is coming into Arnett very shortly. And down the line, Harmon, Vici, Sharon, Mutual, maybe up to Moreland. We'll see how far it goes, but just taking you a couple counties down the line.
Yep. So this is going to be what we call a strong tornado, an EF2, right? If this hits something, this is going to, what I think is going to do EF2 damage, but if it didn't hit anything, it'll get rated as nearly nothing, okay? But it is what it is. And now we're getting a little bit of the double helix breakdown going on inside the vortex. Look at the debris now. Now becoming fairly strong debris being lofted into the air. This is going to be a strong tornado now just southwest of Arnett. And that's Val and Amy Castor live. Big elephant trunk tornado on the ground doing damage now, clearly. And this, again, like we said, would be the strongest tornado of the 4. And that has certainly happened southwest of Arnett right now. So elephant trunk tornado, and the winds in the tornado get stronger as you get higher up the tube, right? That's why you want to get off a second, third floor building, whatever, 2-story house, get to the lowest level, center part of the house, get low, get down, and do it now. If you live in Arnett, elephant trunk, strong tornado, EF2, digging a hole. It's a drill bit tornado. It's sitting and spinning right now. Again, southwest of Arnett. You folks in Arnett, lowest level, center part of the house. You got to go now. You got to go now. It's going to try to come into Arnett, and at least if it doesn't hit Arnett, you're living right and you're praying strong, because it's not going to miss you by much. Okay, that's the elephant trunk, strong tornado now, and check that out. So there it is. Val zooming in on it, and it's digging a hole. It's a little bit of it's hanging back outside of the mesocyclone, but that is a strong tornado now, and it looks like, compared to, boy, it's close to Arnett. Okay.
Who's it roping out?
That's how fast that changed.
Wow.
Look at that. Okay, it's going to cycle again. Gone. Look, condensate, gone. There's still debris lofted, and right now, if you're standing in the field, if you're out here in it, the wind is going to, it's still windy, but all that debris, you're going to start seeing it falling above your heads, because nothing's going up right now. It's gone. Yeah, you're in a good There's the cone. What's left of it?
Val is 1 mile southwest of Arnett, and that just dissipated.
Died.
That is
there you go.
Unbelievable.
Okay, Arnett was in church this morning.
Wow, look, he's crossing over the damage path right now.
There's the debris path right there, right? All right, nice job, Arnett. Nice job.
That was so close to Arnett.
Okay, so
Arnett Mesonet had a 62-mile-an-hour gust.
Look at the damage here.
Yep.
Look at the damage here. He might be blocked in right here. Not sure he can get around that or not, but.
Yeah, he's turning around.
Okay. All right. Have him get it, and get.
So the circulation is still very much there, David. And by the way, Ralston, baseball-size hail. This is a monster storm. So
yeah, the one up north.
The one up north, further north, but this one is too.
Yeah, both storms. Let's talk about the storm up north real quick. Again, not a tornado producer. It's moving into Kansas. It's into Kansas. We're saying goodbye to that. It's producing baseballs. Okay, let's go back down to Arnett. Arnett, still lowest level, center part of the house. If you live in Arnett or south of Arnett, you got to go, and you got to go right now. The tornado has lifted. Do we have the video ready? Let me know when they add the last piece. Okay.
Go ahead, Bob.
All right, let's go to Brandon Pennell. Let's bring Brandon in. Look at the supercell. It's an LP. It's called a low precipitation. Right side of the mesocyclone. Take a picture of this. Left side of the mesocyclone, right? And right here is where the tornado has been. It has lifted. Brandon Pennell, get ready. It's going to cycle. It's going to do it again. What an incredible storm that just died as it was knocking on the door of Arnett. Wow. Go ahead, Brandon. Give us an update. Looking in, coming in hard from the east.
Yeah, David, that's right. So we're probably about 5 miles east of Arnett. That was quite the show that just put on. I can tell you there's still needle funnels in the base of this that are just spinning around the whole entire base of the storm. It is doing exactly what it probably should and would in this environment. You know, it lives and...
All right. Nice job.
Things and no...
Yeah, go ahead. Sorry, Brandon. Go ahead.
Well, yeah, so we're pulling off right now. Can you hear me?
Yep, I can. Yeah, you're good now.
Okay. So what this is doing right now is, yes, the tornado is lifted, but there are still multiple areas where the circulation is still, it's broad, but it tries to tighten in certain areas. It is going through a complete recycle stage, and I don't think it's going to take very long for it to recycle. And with the environment that this is in right now, we got strong east-southeast winds just feeding into this. We had baseballs falling out. I mean, they were sporadic, but baseballs falling out about 1 to 2 miles east of the circulation being thrown out around with the RFD. So this storm just continues to cycle. Actually, it's cycling right now. It's trying to tighten up right in the middle of the shot. I wouldn't say it's a funnel just yet, but it's thinking about doing it again right now, and it is going to. There might be I think that's circulation on the ground.
Yep.
Look at the trees, right at the base of the trees, right underneath
where
the circulation is. You can see.
I see it.
I think this thing may still have been on the ground the whole time. It wasn't condensated.
Yep.
And it is north of Highway 60 now, so it is not south. It's on the north side of Highway 60, the circulation, and it is continuing to strengthen, continuing to cycle. I can tell you this thing means business, David. Back to you.
No doubt about it. Hey, Kylie, make sure you're rolling on Brandon as well. Okay. Here's the spin now, right? See this right here? See how this is moving from left to right, right? Moving from left to right, so it's all coming in right here. We're going to do it again. This will be tornado number, 5 of the day. So interesting what he said, and he's right. He's on Highway 60. It's now north. Look at the rays coming in here. Check that shot out. Wow. And that's coming in on what we call the clear slot. And that's on the backside, and that's where the dry air is cutting in. It's all part of tornado genesis here when this thing wraps up. So we'll see what it does, but this is right here. That's what matters. This is Highway 60, right? This is what comes out of Arnett. And so you folks at Arnett, this is now north of you. So you are good, except you have hail, right? You have hail in Arnett. And back behind this, on the wrap, this is all big hail back in here. Okay? All right, so this is where the tornado is. So the tornado warning now continues just north and northeast of Arnett. We'll get a storm track on that. Let me show you some of the video when we had this live, again, only on News 9. We brought it to you live right here. Let's take a look at some of the video. And again, we'll go back, and there's that. Now, this thing started off really tiny, really small. It cycled, put down a few small tornadoes, and then the biggest one of the day so far turned into that big elephant trunk tornado. Look at all the storm trackers out there. So there are people from all over the country, universities, chaser, again, groups, companies from all over the country. There are tour groups from around the world. There are people in Oklahoma right now from around the world in here in Oklahoma in May to do what we do, and that's, again, track tornadoes and severe weather. Look at that. It was really digging right here. Right here, I got a little worried because it was really starting to dig. There's more going up than is coming down. What's that mean? It's digging, and it's got enough upward velocity that everything is going in it. It continues to be lifted up. Some of it's making it back down, but it was digging a hole there like a drill bit for about 1 or 2 minutes, and I was like, okay, hang on a second. I looked over at Lacey like, okay.
No.
All right, so again, that was just about 10, 15 minutes ago. All right, so Val drove right up to it. It looks like is it back on the ground again?
It's hard to tell from that. I can tell you there are 2 areas of circulation. Radar keeps pinpointing 2 areas, one northeast of Arnett and really one just north of Brandon.
Yep, back to links 1.
And then if I show you, David, there it is on maximum rotation.
Okay. It's on the ground again.
It is. And there's the bigger hook that you can see on reflectivity.
Yep. Okay, tornado on the ground. Let's go back to Brandon now. So now it's northeast of Arnett. He's north. Here's Brandon. Tornado on the ground again. Tornado number 5. And Brandon, there it is. Tornado on the ground. Go ahead. You're now north of Arnett, northeast of Arnett, just by about, 2 miles? Go ahead.
Yeah, David, that's going to be right. Well, we are approaching 1 mile north of Arnett, but about 5 miles east. So it's not going to be very far north of Arnett, probably northeast of Arnett, about 3 miles if I was trying to put a guess on it right now. We're on a county road. I can also tell you out in front of this tornado that trees are being shredded by large hail, so that's another thing. But this is a fairly substantial tornado. You know, I would say it's still EF1 stage, but looking at the top of the circulation, it's pretty wide, and it has a lot of rising motion as well as left to right. So this thing is continuing to do exactly what we said it was going to do about 3 minutes ago. It was going to cycle, and then here it is again. It kind of, from right now, I think it's trying to take another right-hand turn. So it may be fixing to try to turn east at my location right now. It may have lifted, but I wouldn't say that's for sure. Like the condensate you just can't see it on the ground. But this thing continues to evolve, literally minute by minute, mile by mile. But we're right in front of it, right where we should be, and we'll see it the whole way. Back to you, David.
There you go. And this thing might do a pretty good cycle on this next one here. Just looking at what the tornado is and what it's coming out of. All right, so once again, we are now northeast of Arnett, and this is the tornado here. It looks kind of like what the last one did. And there's the right side of what we call the bell. That's the right side of the whole mesocyclone. The left side's back over here. And this thing is
on the ground again.
there it is. Now we're condensate all the way down. Now we're clearly condensate all the way down now. All right, so this is going to be northeast of, once again, of Arnett. Look how fast. Okay, this is going to die. This is dying right now. This is going to vaporize, and this is going to be gone, and that's what's happening right now. So you just saw tornado genesis from its birth to its life cycle and to its end, and notice how it gets ragged. Brandon, go ahead, give us an update. Getting ragged, and this is going to go ahead and probably weaken and die, and then we'll see if we can't cycle it, and we'll do it again. Wow, go ahead.
Yeah, David, what I think's happening right now, honestly, is this thing lifted so far north. It's actually, this is kind of an LP storm. There's not a lot of rain, unless it's back behind, but it appears like maybe it's just trying to occlude, and then a new circulation is either going to form out to the east or just to the northeast of it. That's just kind of the way it appears by visually, but that main circulation just continues to hold its own. You know, it'll rope out, it'll disappear like it is right now, it'll dissipate, but I can still see rapid rotation in the cloud base, and then here comes the funnel again. So, you know, just because you can't see it if you're out in front of this, I would fully anticipate still a tornado on the ground the entire way until this thing's completely gone and goes through its again. David, back to you.
Okay, yep, so here we go. There's what's left of it, kind of a horseshoe funnel, and it still could have a small, weak tornado on the ground, but there's what's left of that tornado right there. So there it is. It's going away. It's thinning out, thinning out, thinning out, thinning out, just like that. Magic. It's gone. And that's how fast that happens. There it goes. It'll just keep spinning down, and it's filling in, and that's all she wrote. Okay, so tornado warning obviously continues. Still strong tornado circulation here. Tornado there. You can see the funnel there in bow shot. Still hanging on. And again, there might be a small debris on the ground, but either way, if you live now, you're well northeast of Arnett, and Lace, you do have a storm track. Let's take a look at that. Is that 2?
Yes, that's right. So it's on links
2. Okay, I don't hear you.
Oh, yeah.
No, it's on. There's links 2. I got the links 2 is the storm track moving more northeasterly.
Yeah.
I mean, it still hasn't turned completely to the right.
Yeah.
I put the track on the leading circulation. There's another one still tucked back, you know, depending on how
Yes.
tight that is, but
Yeah.
kind of taking that all the way out to Moreland.
Yeah. And and again, I'm glad you did that because you put Harmon in it, which is great. 621, Sharon 646, Vicei 647, Mutual
Yeah.
at 7 o'clock. So there's the tornado, and there's what's left of it. It's still a tornado, but it's a far cry from what it was. Let's go to Val Castor and get an update from Val. It's disappearing before our eyes, Val, and you've now seen your 4th or 5th tornado of the day. And Val, what do you think? It looks like it's gone again now, just to the northeast of Arnett, just to the northeast of Arnett. Go ahead, Val.
That's exactly right, David. So it completely occluded. It turned hard left and went almost straight north, I guess you could say, completely occluded. This storm is cycling again. It is doing exactly what it did before, only this time on a little bit bigger scale. We're already seeing, if Amy can point the camera straight north of us, we're already seeing a new lowering forming, and this is going to be almost due north of our location about 1.5 miles. That's the new lowering. This looks almost exactly like it did before when it cycled the first time, David. That lowering, that mezzo right there it didn't really skip a beat. It's getting stronger. We're going to watch that very close, but I suspect the same thing's going to happen again here in a little bit. Back to you.
I agree, and this is still, Val, like we talked about earlier, in an extremely unstable environment. Lots of fuel. This thing hasn't even touched any of the fuel available to get what we've had out of this so far, and that's, 5 tornadoes? So, yeah, maybe more, but it'll go down as, 4 or 5. Okay, so I love the shot of how green it is in northwestern Oklahoma. We are making hay up here. Look at there, all the hay bales, and a lot more of that to go, which is good. But we have problems, right? Okay. All right, back to Links 1. You can see the hook right here, and there's Arnett. And Marty is now, where is Marty? I see him in the storm. He's on the north side. Okay, there's the couplet, pretty much where Brandon is. So we have Brandon's shot, right? Val and Marty, all 3 guys right here. We're slicing and dicing this thing. And right now, it is not on the ground. Go ahead, Lacey.
Andrew, you had the storm report. I saw you working on that just to see if you pull that up.
Yeah, I was just kind of
Okay.
fudging the location a little bit.
So there it is on links. You're on links 3. Yeah, links 3,
Okay,
and he was
links
just kind of
3.
following along while you've been talking, putting these reports in here manually.
Yeah.
To kind of show you, and yeah, so far
great.
5.
Yeah, so we started out here on the Oklahoma-Texas state line. Val had that. Val's had all these, and then right now the count's at about 5. And it was up, it was down, it was up, it was down. It cycled 5 times, and we got 5 tornadoes. And it's probably going to cycle again. So are the Ville storm strength still the same? It's still...
Last I looked, it was still the same. Oh, what is that? Hold on. 1 second.
Okay. All right.
No, it is very much still
Okay.
very strong storm.
Okay,
there
back
it
to
is.
there it is. Back to links 1. All right, nice job, Andrew. Okay, so
See, watch how it weakened and the tornado dissipated just southwest,
Yeah,
and then it
it's
just
back
pulsed
up.
right back up. And like you said, that's probably the footprint or the fingerprint for today.
yeah,
Is that it's gonna these will cycle like that.
yeah. So and by the way, is the Gulf still going right now? It is. Okay. And the Gulf, it's on KSBI, our sister station, KSBI, channel 52. And we get it, but it's ending. Okay. Well, anyway, channel 52, KSBI. That's where you can, and that's again, the Gulf's been the last 45 minutes or so. So, okay.
Hey, David.
Yeah.
Just looking at the big picture.
I can't hear you. Appreciate it.
Well, let's try this again. Looking at the big picture,
Yep.
looking at visible satellite, all the Q is kind of going away to the south of this storm. So this is the only storm in the state right now, just the northwest. So south of the line, we're still hot, we're humid, but it looks like those conditions, that lid in the atmosphere, not really allowing storms to develop, and the actual Q that have been trying to bubble up and develop have kind of weakened just a little bit over the last hour. So maybe that trend continues. So just looking at the big picture, this is the only storm in town right now is northwest Oklahoma near Arnett.
Yeah, I'm looking at that same thing. Yeah, and boy, look at the wave, man. Look at the moisture funneling into this thing. But in a good way and a bad way, maybe this is the only storm we get today, but also it's not going to have any interaction with any other storms to impede on it or bring it down or weaken it or anything like that. I mean, it'll just have to die on its own. But there's your Oklahoma view.
Val has another tornado.
Severe weather in Texas. Okay, let's go back to Val here. And we'll bring Val Caster. Val, your shot is frozen right now. There's a lot of people using cell phones in northwestern Oklahoma. I mean, your population in the northwest is, gosh, only knows what the numbers are. Everybody's on a cell phone. Val, go ahead. Your shot looks great now. Go ahead. Where's the tornado again? Go ahead.
Okay, so we just saw a spin up. There's no condensation. We really don't see a cone above, but just a little bit to our northeast, we saw a debris swirl on the ground. It lasted about 5 seconds, 5 or 10 seconds. Debris swirl on the ground right over here. I really don't see a cone above it, but what I do see is rotation and a wall cloud trying to reform. So, and that happened maybe just a little north of us here. So, whatever it was, it's gone now. I think it was just a little bit of circulation made it down to the ground. I don't see any condensation at the moment, but I'll tell you this thing is getting its act together back again. It's got pretty significant rotation, going to be straight northwest of us at the moment, about a mile and a half. Back to you.
All right. Hey, Val, just so you know, looking at some of the latest data, this storm potentially, because of the dynamics in place, goes from there and goes all the way to Newkirk in K County. I'm not saying it's going to do that, but it's going to be a long evening. So just so you know. All right, we'll see. It could die, but right now it's not. It's a screaming eagle, right? You don't want to be in the beak. We say it all the time. It's a bad place to be, and for sure today with at least 5 tornadoes, if not maybe a half dozen out of this one storm, and each tornado was getting stronger and stronger and stronger. So the good news now, it's over and northeast of Arnett, north of Hammond, and it continues to really kind of lift now to the north. I wonder if it's weakening a little bit.
Maybe. Yeah, it's not completely anchored and shoving due east, that's for sure.
Yeah.
So the tornado warning does include Sharon, does not include Woodward. For folks watching in Woodward, this is trying to go to your south, but it is definitely making a little bit more of a northern jog.
Yeah.
It's going to have to really turn north to hit Woodward, but
Yep. But for
you
sure,
watch it.
South and east of Woodward. Yep. Sharon, big hail. It's produced. What was the hail size? You have that picture?
3.5-inch hail, and then we got a picture in. We were trying to get the exact name.
Yeah,
Do you get it? Did you have it, Andrew?
Is that the
He
one
has
you
the
were showing
picture.
me?
Yeah. This was from 1 mile east of Arnett, just south of Highway 51.
Okay. What links box?
Links 3.
Okay. Mm-hmm. All right.
And that's
so,
just one of the multiple reports that we had.
Yeah. Arnett, just east of Arnett a mile.
Yep.
Okay. That's damage. Houses, cars, windows, whatever. That's a big, big hailstone. And that is tennis ball to baseball size hail.
And that hail core still present with this storm.
Yeah.
Still making its way over now into Woodward County.
Yeah, big hail. Okay, wow. All right, so hail core, see that's coming up. So it might be ramping back up again. Okay, so let's get that. It's lifting here, and it's kind of, okay, there's your hail core. It's
And it's
showing
been
golf
way
balls.
underdone. It's not shown anything close to what we've actually had today.
Yeah. I know we did this yesterday, too.
Yeah, there's just so much instability, and it doesn't pick up on it.
What about storm strength? Let's take a look at that.
Okay.
Just see what it looks like. And yeah, it's still a very, very healthy storm. All right, let's go to Brandon Pennell. Then we'll get a storm track. Let's bring in Brandon. Marty's right there, right?
Yeah, they're all 3 right there.
His shot looks kind of, Justin, let's have him adjust his shot. Let's go to,
Hey, Brandon's off.
okay.
He actually just jumped on.
Okay.
We're having cell phone issues out there, and obviously his shot's frozen, but Brandon's on now.
Okay, go ahead, Brandon. Your shot's frozen. We see the windmill farm. We see all that right there. That's the last picture we have. It's frozen, but I can tell you had a nice rain-free base out of this thing. Go ahead. What's it look like to you right now? Go ahead.
David, right now it's definitely, to us, it looks like it's in a recycle stage completely. I wouldn't say it's completely disorganized, but it's definitely disorganized from what it was. We're trying to reestablish the shot right now, so we're kind of we're in a pretty bad cell phone area, to tell you the truth, and there's a lot of traffic out here, even in the middle of nowhere. So it's a far cry from what it was, but if it's any kind of an indication of what it may be from what's happened already in the last 30 minutes to 45 minutes, it's probably going to recycle and then try to do it again. But like I said, it's in a complete reorganization stage right now. Back to you.
Nice job, Brandon. Okay, so storm strength, there it is. Still a very, very strong storm. Let's go to Marty Logan, Justin. And Marty's got a clean shot looking right at it. And there it is. There's your big rain-free base. Nice shot. And boy, it's Marty, dangerous storm, but everything is green. We like that shot. We like the green. And that is good, but no tornado on the ground. What do you think? I know you're looking right back there at the sweet spot, and I do not see a tornado on the ground right now. Go ahead.
No, not one on the ground, but there's been numerous times, like Val said earlier, sit down for about 5 seconds. I can see a very small, appears to be a funnel just to the right of where that cloud's coming down and over. You're just to the right of it, can see a little bit of a cloud hanging down there. Don't see any rotation. There's a rain shaft farther to the right side. So we're looking right in there where the tornado's been happening that Val has had numerous times off and on. There's a little point coming down right now. Can't tell if it's rotating, so we are moving north and east with this. It appears to be moving up towards Fargo, isn't it? Up in that area, maybe south of Fargo. So that's the route we're taking right now, moving north and east with it. Back to you, David.
And exactly. Marty, right now, it's really kind of headed towards Sharon. So I know the roads get a little bit squirrely. You're going to have to do a little bit of north-south, a little backtracking there because your roads, as you know, southwest of Sharon, they're not clean and green like you are right there. But that shot is. Look how green that is from all the rain that we had back in April. And we've had some as of late, but that's a nice shot. No tornado on the ground, though. That's the better part of that shot for sure.
The storm track's on links 2, David.
Links 2?
And it does include Sharon.
Okay, there it is. So there's Sharon, links 2. And Sharon, 647.
So moving at about 35 miles per hour. So you got time, Sharon.
Okay. Sharon, 645.
Whoa.
Mutual, 7 o'clock. What'd you say?
Northwest of Harmon in southwest Woodward County.
Yeah.
There's just had a report of 5-inch hail.
5-inch hail on the left split.
That's bigger than softball.
Okay. Okay, that's huge. That was from the left split from earlier. Wow.
Unbelievable.
Okay.
No, I mean, that would have been this storm, David. This northwest of Harmon.
Oh, so, I'm sorry.
Yeah. I know. I was trying to picture that, but I was like, no, that's absolutely right here with this storm.
5-inch.
We'll see if that's verified.
So that's softball and larger.
Larger than softball size hail.
All right, let's go back to Marty's shot. Let's go to No, he's, well,
What do you have?
he was holding I don't know, he ran like the house was on fire. He had a tennis ball. There he is. All right, let's go back to Marty Logan. And Marty, you're
That's
hot.
a softball, David.
Oh, there you go. Hang on, Marty. Justin, bring him up.
He's on. I think he's muted.
Marty, we think you're muted.
Oh, his fingers are burning.
All right, can you hear me?
Yeah,
you
we
hear
can
me?
now. We can now. Go ahead.
Okay, I had Kyle unmuted, but this is just a couple that I'm getting out here. Look at the side of that. I'm going to get out my calipers in a little bit. We'll get a measurement. There's one. There's another.
Yeah,
They're all over out here. So livestock, houses, everything's going to get destroyed. Here we go. Back to you guys.
Yeah, that's horrible. I mean, that's a softball. It's not quite that, but also it's melted. It's been on the ground here for just a few minutes. So that's big hail. And like he said, livestock can be in danger. Obviously, the wheat, things like that. This will do severe damage, not just to homes and vehicles and things like that. So
Yeah, you're out there talking about the pretty wheat. This will destroy that crop if it is headed towards Sharon too.
Yeah.
Just down the line, Sharon, this hail is headed your way.
Yep, for sure. No tornado on the ground right now, which is good, but the tornado warning continues. Okay, let's go back to it. And
Switch radar here,
links.
1 second.
Let's go back to links 2 one more time.
Okay.
Just real quick. And you've got it back here. This is with the hook. This is where the tornado is going to be. And right now, there's the shots. We have this thing covered. And it's not on the ground, but circulation, not the hail core. You'll get the hail first, okay? Sharon, you'll get hail first and then maybe a tornado. It's a double whammy. Nobody likes a double whammy. Sharon, 647. Mutual, 7 o'clock. We'll say Quinlan, 720. Avard at 755. Fairview at 807. Arnett, you're in the clear. What'd you say?
Way down the line. I put Fairview in it just to go,
that's fine.
because it's still churning.
Well, you saw what the data is
Yeah,
doing.
the data takes it all the way another
Newkirk.
120 miles. So,
Like 5 counties.
Yeah.
I mean,
But there is something disrupting this storm right now.
Right now, there is.
It is shrinking a little bit on radar, and the echo tops that were over 65,000 feet
What are
are
they now?
nowhere near where they were
Okay.
20 minutes ago. They're down to 55 to 50,000 feet and smaller in size.
Yeah, I
So
could. When
something's interrupting this storm from really going gangbusters right now.
The first sign that told me something was when the tornado was on that right side and it just looked ragged. It was kind of detached. And I was like, okay, that doesn't look like it's going in crazy mode, which is good.
And you see it stretched out more west to
Yes.
east.
Yeah, and it's more elongated from east to west instead of that, screaming eagle where the beak is really coming in hot, and which is good. All right, so storm's not as big. We'll see what it does. And there it is. All right, so big hail now, southeast of Keenan, northeast of Harmon. And Marty was showing you there under softball size hail, but not too far under. Big wind, big hail. Winds maybe 50 to 60. I don't think we've had that much in the way of
haven't seen measured
size of
wind
tornado.
gusts. Yeah, except the tornado. I think the mesonet site there in Arnett had a wind gust of 60, but that was not in the tornado. And just to point out, if you get hail that big, I mean softball or even just larger than baseball size hail, the updraft itself has winds straight up over 100 miles per hour to hold that ice up. So just think about how much wind and how much energy there is in this one storm that we're tracking right now.
Yeah, and also when that hailstone is falling and it's that large, it's also falling at about 100 miles per hour. So that's why a hailstone that big, if it hits you in the head, it can kill you, simply put. I mean, and it's happened. I think it was the Fort Worth tornado of 95. A guy was actually killed in Fort Worth. Tornado, yes, was underway, but he got hit by a softball-sized hailstone. He had a bad day. And he was running from business to his truck. And it hit him in the head. Seriously, it was a fatality. It was the last one in the U.S. Back in the mid-'90s.
I believe that was Mayfest in Fort Worth. That was
So-
like almost a year old.
Your mic's not on.
Mayfest was going on. It's on.
It's on.
Yeah.
It's on.
I had it clicked.
You had
I
it
did.
clicked?
I promise I did.
Okay.
I swear.
I
I was
believe
just
you.
saying, I think that was the Mayfest tornado. So a lot of people were outside. A lot of people.
That was
were
a big
injured by
deal.
hail.
I mean, right through downtown Fort
Big time.
Worth. Right, you're right. That was a huge deal. All right, so there's your hook. Again, here's Brandon, Harmon, and Val and Marty. The storm is still impressive, but it's not as big. It's a little bit smaller. We'll see what it does, right? So far, it's put on quite a show here. All right, let's take a look at some of the video, and just let me know when you get it. Just start to play it. And the tornado has lifted. You can see it in all of our tracker storm shots. Hank's out today. Brandon's out today. Jeremy Carter's out today, and we have everybody into northwestern Oklahoma. So this, and by the way, there's the wind gust that Val had, right? Gust over 30, but yeah, no big deal. That's a normal day in Oklahoma. But the wind blowing, and this thing just kept cycling, and that was kind of at the beginning of it. There's actually another piece of video we'll add when it was just a needle, a little tiny needle tornado. But this just continued to cycle, get stronger. Dynamics were in place, lots of instability. And this thing just kept getting stronger and stronger and stronger. And that was, again, just southwest of Arnett, about 7 miles. Again, 5 or 6 miles, again, at about 5:42. So Val was right there looking right at it. We had Marty on the north side, and we had Brandon just a little bit farther to the east. But you can see it waving there in the wind. All right, do we have another piece of video? Okay, let's take, and look at that. This is when it first began. And this tornado formed and went away, but a little tiny debris cloud on the ground. And there's your elephant trunk tornado right there. Earlier, we had this live, again, only on News 9. That was one of 2. And, yeah, that's right, because that was on the ground. And then we got serious.
Yeah, that was one of 2.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. And then now we're in serious mode. EF2 tornado, if that were to hit your house, that's going to do EF2 damage. At least strong EF1 damage. And a big, wide cone at the top. No condensate here, not yet. But as it gets stronger, the condensate will fill in. But you can see the debris, right? There's your debris on the ground. And yeah, this was when it was like, okay, hang on a second. Here we go. We got bad things happening. And we did, but it just kept cycling. And then it went to this mode. And once again, live on News 9 from Val and Amy Castor. Big elephant trunk tornado, a little bit wider, a little bit stronger. And then as it crossed the road here in front of him, and right up here, it starts to dig. And what I mean by that is the winds become stronger. And so as it's moving across the ground, it just kind of starts to really dig in. And you'll notice it kind of digging on the backside. Just kind of a classic move. Double helix. You can see kind of the inside of the vortex right there at one point. And here we go, right in here. When I saw that, there you go. Look at the multiple vortex, little vortices coming off of it. That's when I was like, okay, we need to go the other way or we're going to have real problems up here. We've already got a problem. And then the final tornado is when it went north of Arnett and did that. And then that was the last tornado. And so there we go. So either way, fat at the top, thin at the bottom. And then it went away, and that was all she wrote out of that. All right, tornado watch still in effect until 10 o'clock, and it's a big tornado watch. Why? Because conditions are favorable from I-35 to the west, even up into northern and southwestern Oklahoma, but it doesn't matter. If you don't have any storms in that watch box, life's good, right? We just have the one, and that's okay. We like just, if we're going to have any, let's just get one, not 10, right? Certainly not a big outbreak day, right? But that tornado has been what we call, I think that you can go down with a strong tornado on that, just the fact that it was pretty intense. And again, it'll get rated. It might get rated as an EF1 simply because the EF scale is based off damage, not off wind speeds, which I have a problem with. I think it should be both. But either way. All right, so still in Kansas, leaving Oklahoma. And then we have the big cell up here that's produced all the tornadoes. Let's go back to Val. Let's bring Val back in. And Val, your storm, not as strong as what it was. It's a little bit smaller. It's a little bit weaker, but still severe, still capable of producing a tornado and big hail. But what do you think by looking up at it here? Anything really tight or localized right now? Go ahead.
Yeah, so David, you're right. The storm has, for whatever reason, I don't know why, but it's went through a weakening phase. What you're looking at there is what we would consider to be probably the main part of the updraft base, and that's going to be looking southeast from us, a couple miles or so. We consider that to be probably the most active part of this storm, of the updraft base. Right now, the base is a little bit higher than it was earlier when it was producing the tornadoes. So I don't know what exactly happened to the storm. It cycled about 3 different times and I thought it was going to cycle again, but something happened, and it just weakened for some reason. So, this storm is still rotating. As a matter of fact, we just now had probably golf ball to 2-inch hail just fall on us here all of a sudden. So it's still a supercell. It's still rotating. It's got rotation, up in the mid-levels of the storm, obviously. It's still a very, very strong storm. It might be going to cycle again, but we're just going to have to keep an eye on it and watch it. Back to you.
All right, nice job. So there it is. There's the bowl. That's the whole thing right there. That's the mesocyclone. And it looked like when we came to him, it was kind of starting to kind of come around this backside here a little bit. And it is. It's rotating from left to right, but it looked like it was kind of doing a little bit of yi-yang going on over here, but it's not. But it looked like this was really starting to wrap, but it's still spinning. Tornado warning continues once again, but this storm is weakening, and God, it's going to try to go into Woodward, isn't it?
It started to lift north for sure. The lightning is now coming into Woodward. Justin was pointing out the lightning count was down to 2, but that's come back up. A little bit more lightning with it. The storm's strength in just the last scan ramped up just a little bit. So it weakened significantly. Yeah. And now it's trying to pulse back up. It's not as strong as it was. No. But look how it's lifting north, David. And with that big of hail, we've had larger than softball size hail with this. You don't want that coming into town, but definitely folks that live south of Woodward, you're getting the hail core right now. Yeah, and Lacey, there's a chance that it might lift more northerly. Well, I don't know. Or at least over to Moreland, right? I think we can say that it's definitely not moving east-northeast anymore. Right. Not right now. And it is just only 10 miles south of Woodward. If you live south of Woodward in Woodward County there, this is very big hail. Yeah, if you, again, anybody south of Woodward, down 270, Sharon, you're living right today. Right now, this is going to go west and north of you, it looks like. And earlier, 10 minutes ago, it was headed right towards Sharon. A couple new storms trying to take off north of Gage, west of Fort Supply. A little lightning showing up there with that, so we'll see what that does. And some of the data have that going into storms. The only good thing about that, they'll be moving into Kansas and out of our viewing area, but we certainly need to watch those. Okay, Justin, are you going to drop him north, Justin? I'm sorry, who are you talking about? Think about Marty, just getting him back north maybe? Yes. Okay. Yeah, I was talking to Brandon. Okay. And is Brandon and Val going to stay with it? Yes. Okay, just want to make sure. All right, so there's shear rate, and you can see all the maroons we had showing up. So it was, that's when we were back in here, and we were back into tornado mode. And moving northeast still, but it's trying to lift to the north, which it continues to do that, which tells me it's weakening more. It's definitely not strengthening at this point, which we'll see. What do Vills look like now? You're out of VNX, right? Yes, definitely. And the Vills, you'll see how it weakened, and now maybe it has come down one more notch. Okay. But it's still such a strong storm. Yeah, big, powerful updraft. Was that shot not amazing earlier? Unbelievable from Brandon. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was a classic. Yeah, and while that was going on, that's why that huge hail was falling. Yeah. It was producing multiple tornadoes, two at once, and then big hail. Very big hail. Yeah, nearly softball. So, wow. Crazy. All right. So here it is. Again, the hail core still here. It's not a huge hail core. Looking at it here, the purple going to the black, that's going to be more than likely still some tennis balls just because of the strength of that draft, maybe some softballs in there. And that's going to go, it's going to go probably south of Woodward, the main hail core. But if I live in Moreland or between Moreland and south of Woodward, down 270, kind of in this zone right in here, right? I'm watching this or I'm going to get ready to protect my property. But the tornado warning continues. Marty, he said he was going to get his calipers out. He did 3.6 inches, so just over 3.5 inch hail. Marty's was? When we were showing that video, yeah. So that's going to be just under grapefruit size hail. That is now, it may be a little smaller that's with it now, but that's headed seemingly towards Woodward. Yeah.
I'm getting that into the system now, and it was 3.69, so almost 3.7.
Oh my gosh.
Who's? Marty's?
From Marty.
Marty's.
Yeah.
You have a picture of that?
He's getting it. Marty just texted all of us. Yeah,
he did? Okay.
The size of it, 3.69, and then he's got a picture, yeah.
All right. So the hail core, at this point, it's not as big as what it was. It's a little bit narrower, a little bit smaller. And that's because this storm is weakening right now. We'll see what it does. Some of the data says this thing tries to go to Newkirk, which is in K County, which supercells can go that long. They certainly can. But we'll see. Right now, it's going to have to completely go the other way if it's going to make it to Newkirk.
It's just interesting. The lightning count is coming up.
Okay. Well, the low-level jet.
I mean, a little bit. It's not, you know, rapidly increasing.
And the low-level winds, not we're hanging out are all good, but 5, 6, 7,000 feet up, they're out of the south and they're getting stronger. And that wind that's stronger aloft, the stronger it is, it really is like just a conveyor belt into the low levels of these rotating storms, and they just feed it. And they feed it again. Mark, did your mom call? They feed it just, again, a tremendous amount of moisture and instability.
They're out of the south at 40 knots right now, according to Mesoanalysis, state 50s. They're a little bit more, not due south, they're a little east. So they're turning back more easterly as the evening goes on, according to the latest data. So, like you said, the low-level jet should be very, conducive for these developing supercells to produce.
Yeah, no, I'm just surprised that the storm has weakened, but those are some of the questions that we cannot answer. It's in the same environment that it was when it was back here producing multiple tornadoes, same temperatures, but you know what? It's all good. And that's, they have a life cycle. They don't live forever, right? None of us do. And when these things go, and so we'll see what it does here, but it's coming down, but we'll see if it doesn't start to ramp back up. But right now, tornado warning, and again, Lacey has included Woodward, which is a good call.
This is with the circulation, too. I mean,
just to be safe.
It is starting to lift that way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so, Woodward at 647.
Yeah, let's get up to Fargo.
Yeah, 57.
And Moreland, Justin, you're hot, Justin. Woodward at 657, Moreland at 711. Okay? So we'll see. And then from there, it's just going to keep making its way northeast. But there's your couplet, there's your velocity right here, and there's your hook. I mean, it's still there, right over just east of Keenan. All right, so, well, let's see here. Who has something that's looking right at it?
Val's right there.
Yeah, let's go back to Val and get a shot from Val. And Val, your storm is kind of lifting now, more northerly, northeasterly, if you will. Does not look like it did. Still a supercell, still rotating as it makes its way off to the northeast. And boy, some big hail in there. Marty said just pretty close to softball-sized hail. Go ahead, Val.
Yeah, David. So you're right when you say the storm is weakened, and I really can't figure out why that has happened. I mean, that's a good thing because it definitely we don't need a big old tornado on the ground like that. But the base has risen, and it. I know the storm is still spinning up above. It's spinning pretty hard up above. You can see it on radar. You can also see hail is produced. You get baseball-sized hail from a non-rotating storm. This thing is a supercell. For some reason, it's not really rooted down in the boundary layer as low as it was earlier when it was producing the tornadoes. So one thing that we've learned over the years is to stay with the storm. You got a storm that's rotating this hard and has done what this storm has done. It's probably going to find the right environment as it continues to move on. We're not certain about that, but we still have to with it and watch it because it still is a serious threat to life and property, once this thing gets to spinning down. On another note, if you look at the wind data on the left-hand side of the screen, we had a gust. We were fairly close to the tornado and had a gust of 57, and I believe that was RFD or possibly inflow that happened right there on the wind. So anyway, David, we are staying with it. Anything happens, we will let you know. Back to you.
All right, nice job, Val. And Val, again, had it live for, I don't know how long, an hour, 45 minutes, whatever it was. So it's not as strong. Tornado warning continues. If you live west of Sharon or pretty close to Keenan, again, big hail, and hail sizes might have come down some. And that would make sense because the storm has weakened, but it's going to try to go to Woodward, but still going to have some tennis balls in here. There still might be some baseballs. Okay. Yeah, the
It
hail
is
core's trying to come back up.
And it is lifting north. I mean, it was moving
Yeah.
almost due east, started
Yeah.
lifting a little north, and it is definitely getting more of a northerly shove. The entire storm is now.
Yeah, it's definitely going to Woodward. The question is, how big is the hail going to be in Woodward?
Right.
And it's going to be close.
I would definitely be bringing my vehicle in,
Yes.
covering up, protecting anything you can to prepare.
Woodward, if you like it and love it, you got to bring it in. I'm just telling you. And if you live south and east of Woodward, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, bring it in, wrap it up. If you don't, you're going to lose it. And this is going to be coming in from the south. So there's going to be some wind with it just because of the rain and the hail. And this hail is going to be falling, kind of coming at you from the south to the north, all right? So any south windows or west windows might be a problem for you, right? And gosh, look at that shot from Hank. Look at that. Look at the updraft. Goodness gracious. Let's go to Hank and get his perspective here real quick and look at the updraft. I mean, it's still a big, severe storm. That's a gnarly storm. Hank, storm is weakened. It's lifting to the north now, but it's not near as intense as what it was just a little bit earlier. Tornado warning still continues for just south of Woodward, at least for right now. Go ahead, Hank.
Yeah, David, if you're a fan of meteorology and structure, look at this thing. It's beautiful. I know it doesn't have a tornado on the ground, and that's a good thing, but you can see the whole column there is tilted over. So look on the right side, you can see the dark – pan the camera right, Patty. On the right side, you can kind of see from that lighter purple to the darker purple, that's the whole mezzo. That's the whole vault that's just – kind of laying on an angle of about a 40-degree angle as we're coming up in it. So, I don't see any, obviously the guys have said the same thing. No big lowerings or anything like that. There is a bit of a wall cloud there or a bit of a lowering, but just seeing the structure and seeing this whole mesocyclone just kind of laying over like that tells me it's probably weakening, and it'd be nice if it had turned into an LP supercell, and it's kind of got that start of that look to it, David. So, I'm sorry, the sun's going to blast out our shot here, and I'll try to get you a better shot here in a minute. But, so anyway, we're going to stay with it, and we'll keep.
All right, well, we have a shot there, and wow. And there's the left side of the updraft, big rain-free base. Again, the inflow, right, feeder band coming into it, right, the flanking line coming into it. This whole thing is wrapping up, and it's still spinning. I mean, this thing will spin. It'll spin for hours, and it is still spinning. Tornado warning continues. Okay, back to Links 1. Here's your storm track. So if you live south of Woodward, you're going to get hail. If you live in Woodward, you're going to get some hail. The biggest hail is going to be tennis balls, maybe baseball still, south of Woodward, and then it gets a little bit weaker as you get west, right? But we're looking at Woodward at about 652, and Moreland at about 654, and Freedom at about 741. So good news right now, there is no tornado on the ground. And the other good news is that it's not going in that direction right now. Now, sometimes these storms, as they are weakening, or even when they're dying, they will tighten up. And the mesocyclone will, and you might get a quick spin up or a brief, usually a weaker tornado, but it's not as large as what it was, but it's still severe. I mean, that's still a storm to reckon with. And you can see where that's going, right? Woodward. Okay, so Woodward, if you know anybody who lives in Woodward, other thunderstorms near Fort Supply Lake. And again, these are just producing a little bit of lightning, a little bit of some small hail. These are going to be lifting north, now raining over Fort Supply Lake. But this is that supercell, but it again continues to weaken as far as that tornado threat, right? But you can see the hail core here snaking around. Mesocyclone is right here. What's shear rate look like to you now? Let's see.
Here we go. Here's maximum rotation.
Okay, still there.
And shear rate's not showing much of anything.
And the couplet's almost gone.
Couplet is so much, even just much more disorganized, but the hail core
still there.
Yeah, tennis
Baseballs.
ball, maybe baseball size hail. And there's, well, a hail swat doesn't show you a lot, but it is moving up to the north, as you've been saying, David. And I turn on the streets here just so you can see, you know, for folks who live south of Woodward, we've got east, the kind of the east-west road is 460.
Right here.
Yeah.
Yep.
And it's all the way over to Highway 34, almost over to 183.
Yeah, that's a big hail core. I mean, you know, how many miles? What are we? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
Wanna beat
7,
you.
8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
Look at you.
Do it. 12.9. I'll do better next time.
You were close.
So right at 13 miles. Again, running from there to there. And not all of this is going to be
Right.
baseball-sized hail, but it's going to be nickels and dimes and quarters and golf balls, okay, as it makes its way from the south up to the north, right into Woodward. It's going to Woodward. You're getting hail. Unless it dies, you're going to get hail in Woodward. We just hope you don't get the tennis balls and the baseballs, because that can do a lot to a town, right?